Well, I could call this video everything I know about transmission cooler lines, and I could end it right here. But instead, I'm going to call it what I've learned about transmission cooler lines so far. So here's where we're at. This is what I've researched and found out. These are the two fittings that came out of the transmission. This one was going into the transmission this way. This one was the fitting sticking straight down. According to what I've researched, this is the feed line coming straight down and the return line going in. Anyway, that's for routing my cooler later. The size of these fittings, according to what I've found out from GrandPrixForums.com and some other locations, this is just the one I happen to have up right now. These are the sizes of the fittings for the different transmissions. Some don't have check balls, some do have check balls. That's not important for ours because we do not have a check ball, and our fitting size is 9/16 18 UNF, which is also the same size as what's also known as an ORB fitting. So I have a couple of ORB fittings that I'm going to put in here. And where did I put the, oh, it's right there. And the dimension on those, oh great, shut off. Come on baby, 0. All right, we got 0 here. So that's the thread measurement. And that's the thread measurement there. So we are the same size. Thread pitch is the same. I've already looked that up. I'll show you a chart. So now it's just a matter of screwing these in, and I'm looking at this O-ring. And I'm wondering how good that's going to stand up against transmission fluid. I mean, it's the O-ring it came with, so let's see what happens. It should be good. I found Evil Energy fittings to be pretty good, and I believe, or I'm hoping that their O-rings are equally as quality. Fingers crossed. Now I can record YouTube videos. Well, the goal here, once I get done putting these fittings on, is to just loop a line right here for the transmission so that I can get this thing started, running, and movable once again under its own power. That way I don't have to push it from place to place to move it in and out of the garage, to use the lift for other things, stuff like that. And then later on I will be working on transmission cooler lines and getting those finished up. And of course figuring out the exact position of the transmission cooler and fan, and making a housing for it to set around it so that the air from inside the fender over there goes through the cooler, etc., etc. Getting the right temperature so the fan switches off and on, all kinds of good stuff. But for now, we're just going to get another fitting on here. And a short piece of hose. Nice. Probably should have had a piece of hose ready, huh? What happens if I turn that up a little bit? Does it slow down me? Nope. Anyway, got a nice clean pan right here so that all the fluid's clean and I can pour it back into the transmission. I don't need to have the transmission really full. I just need to have enough so the pump can pick up fluid and move the car around a little bit. Be a long time before this thing makes any high-speed runs. Now to get a wrench, tighten some fittings, and a piece of hose. Oh, that was fun. Now let's get a piece of hose on here. Yeah, it's long enough so it'll have a little bit of a loop in it, and it won't be kinked, I believe. Yeah. That'll work. Well, I had the hoses on there, and then I realized that I had 2 different size clamps on it, so starting over on, oh, that hose is full of fluid now. Yay! Oh, that was nice. I started this job with gloves on too, and then I went over there and shot that video on the bench and couldn't scroll through my phone or turn pages on paper, so I took the gloves off because, I mean, there wasn't that much transmission fluid coming out of anything, so I wasn't going to get fluid all over my hands. And then it got much, much, much more fun. Get all these clamps tightened up, Maybe I'll start it and check it for leaks a little later, but for now, at least I know I can start it and move it when I need to. And like I said before, there'll be more, shall we say, transmission mischief coming up when I try to figure out where I'm going to put that transmission cooler over on that side and build the brackets and housing for that. All right, I hope somebody finds this information helpful. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Well, if you've watched this long, the least we can do is fire it up, let you hear it start. If the battery's not dead. There was no spark at all when I hooked it up. None. I'm just going to say I'm firing it up to check for leaks. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Fuel pump ran. Put it in park. Well, not too bad. This thing's been sitting for a couple of months since the last time it cranked. I'll call that a success again. No puddle of fluid. All right. Well, if you've watched this long, at least you